Row 1B says we have to do front 3 times and then back front 2 times and then 1 time back, and repeat that 3 times, and then we end with front 3 times. So let's start with the first instructions, and that says front 3 times, and we are already at the front. And well, I will do my first 1, 2, 3 double crochet, and then I actually have to do an in-between chain, but like I said, I crochet very loosely, and instead of 4 I will do 3 chains. So then my first double crochet is here, and since that also has to be at the front side, I can do it just like that, and I will show you, explain it when I have done my third one. So here it is. So here is my base chain of color 2. So what we actually see here, that first double crochet at the side, well, it's my chains of course, has to be in front of that first square here. My second has to be here in front of the second hole of that square, and my third has to be here. Well, since we don't have any interaction between these 2 layers at this moment, I will put a marker here to keep everything in place. And now we will do the rest of the instructions, and the next has to be done with this hole, and it has to be at the back because it says back front, and that 2 times. So we make a wrap around the hook, we go through the back, and we pick up that stitch because we have to skip this one, and here we have to do this one. So we will do that at the back. The next has to be in front again, so we have to look for the next stitch where we have to work through. So that's this one. Well, this is at the front, and then the next has to be at the back again. So we look for our next stitch, that has to be here. We go through that hole here because that previous stitch, I will show that here. You see here we did that back stitch here, that is in this that is through this hole. This one is through the next hole, and this is behind the next hole, and then we have to do front again. So skip a stitch of the setup and do a stitch in front, and then we have to end the last one with a back stitch. And here you have to skip, and here you see that I have a marker here. So this is a sign that we have done correctly, because we put the markers in all the odd numbered stitches. So well, I will do the start of the second repeat a bit. We have to do again front 3 times. So here we can do it very easy. So this is 1, 2 and 3, and then we have to do back front back again. And well, let's position it correctly first. So here is the back stitch that we did behind this hole. This has to be in front of the next, this has to be here, this has to be here, and I will put a marker here to keep everything in place. And then again we have to work back front, and then well, I will show you again. So we will skip again this stitch here, we have to work through this stitch, and we work at the back again. And well, I will continue with this row, making this row, and then I will see you back when I finish that. we finished row 1B, and here you can see that our last 3 white double crochets are in front of the last 3 squares of color 1. So we did correctly. I moved my marker that I had at the first stitches here. I moved that to the corner because they only serve to keep things in place. I removed the markers that I used for counting. And now we will start with row 2A. And so we we turn it over. And you also see here at the sides that I already did the first couple of chains for the new rows. I did 3 as I explained, and maybe you should do 4, but I've noticed that during my previous calls that most people like to do that right away when they finish a row, and then they make the first 3 chains or 4 chains. And well, I must say that it has become a habit for me now also. So, well, we already have done this, and then we take a look at row 2A, and it says color 2 to the back, and let's first do that. You know, with the start of a row, you always have instructions where the color 2 has to be. So if it has to be at the back, you lay it at the back. If it has to be at the front, you put it like this. This is very essential for having the right starting position when we do the next row in color 2. So please pay pay a lot of attention to that when you first start an A row. And well, let's take this out. And so color 2 for row 2A says color 2 to the back. We did that. We did the side stitch already. This is the first 3 chains, and then it says front 2 times. And well, we work now at the front of color 2. And do our in between chains. So you see it like this. You see that the top of the double crochets here, this is the first double crochet with color 2, it's behind this hole. Here you see the top of that next double crochet here, so that's there. And then it says back 4 times, so we go behind the white this time. 1, and then go to the next hole and pick up that top of that previous or the top of the double crochet of the previous row. So back 4 times, and then it says front back. So this time we have to work in front of the white, so we pick up that stitch here and fold the white over, front, and then again back, and just let's do a little bit. Front again, front 2 times, so don't interfere with your other color, it's all separated, and then back 4 times. And well, I will finish this and I will get back to you when we start the next row. I did my last 2 double crochets at the front, and then the in-between chain, and then it has to do, we have to do our side stitch. And well, with my other instructional videos about interwoven crochet, you have 4 chains here, and then we skip 1 stitch and work in that chain that is after that. But with this I will just work into the chain opening, and I will also do that with the hooked and lock call of 2021, and why that is you will learn in that in these tutorial videos for that call. So well, we will now do row 2B. We will start row 2B now, and it says back 7 times and front 1 time. Well, first of all, with the B rows, your first stitch that we already did here has to be already on the right side. So this is why it is important to lay your yarn at the right side when doing the start of the A rows. So, and this is also actually our first double crochet. So always pay attention to your squares if they lay correctly, so that you work through the right openings if you have to work through them. So this is our first stitch at the back already, so we will do 7. So well, we'll find that second double crochet that's here, and it's already at the back. So this is 2, and then we have to find our third double crochet, and that's here. And then this one, this double crochet is done at the front, but we have to work in it at the back. So we go through the back, pick up that top and work here and here. We have to work through the back, and we have now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 2 more here, 6 and 7, and then front 1 time, and then again back 7. So again work at the back. So I will continue with this row, and I will see you when I'm finished.